boat barn, and we're in the process now. We're in the process now of going to build two 7'9" tenders. I'll let you come into my shop. I'll let you come into my shed. We'll take a look at all the stuff we've got. We've got a nice barn here. We've got a nice sign. We've got a nice bracket that holds it. That bracket is, for your information, a 102-year-old bracket, handmade, iron, by Baker Furniture Company, Holland, Michigan. We're going to sell it for $400. No, really. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a couple boats. Come on inside now, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Well, welcome back. We are now going to be in my work shed, and this is where we store our boats that we have worked on and that we have built and so forth. I just wanted to show a few of the things that we put together for you. One of the things that we started out with is a 102-year-old Old Town canoe. Now it's 102 years old. It's a closed gunion. It's nice shape, very nice shape. It's in just very good shape. We didn't have to do a lot to it. The age is, like I said, the good part of it all in that. We restored that 2 years ago, that Old Town. 2 years ago, we built this boat here. This boat is 19 foot. We built it as a fishing boat. This is Archie Davis design. This is his, it's called a Bayport 18. It's actually 19 foot. We had to put a center cockpit in it. We had to build it all. It's all double layered plywood. It's all Akumi plywood. The boat that we fish on all the time and use is this one here. All quarter sawn oak on the gunnels. A rub rail we put into inch nylon. We got all of our electronics that we had to put in. This was a very big project. This was a 2-year project that we worked on, and we use it all the time. Great fishing boat, good strong boat. We built some kayaks. We built cedar strip kayaks. Both fun. They're fun to build, fun to use. Pretty, and they paddle nice, of course. We built another canoe. We restored another canoe. That's a Miller canoe. A Miller canoe is in the 40s. It's another nice canoe. It's not an Old Town, but it's a nice canoe. Underneath that canoe is a paddleboard. We built a oak or a cedar strip paddleboard, which was fun to build, and it worked very well. Way back in the corner here, I just want to show you this a minute. There, that little boat in the corner is a nutshell pram, Joel White nutshell pram. First boat I ever made. Didn't know what I was doing, probably still don't. But anyway, it's a nice little boat. So those are the products that we put together that I have right now. We've done about 10 other boats. They're gone and sold. So now we're going to go in my shop. Okay. Welcome over to my shop. Every boat builder and every lumber person, every carpenter likes to see a man's workshop. So come on in. We're going to take a one-time pass here a little bit of my shop. Here's where we're going to build the boats, in this area here. Here's where we're going to build them. Strong back material is right there. That's all the 2x4s and that we're going to build strong backs. And I'll tell you how that goes later. Wood pile gets a little messy once in a while because we pull boards out and it comes off, but we got some nice wood in there. Got a lot of cedar, a lot of mahogany, a lot of white oak, a lot of quarter sawn oak that we'll use. Equipment I use, here's a Delta bandsaw, probably my best bandsaw that I use the most of. And that, here's a heavy duty bandsaw, Laguna 16, very nice bandsaw. Excellent sander right here. This is a Delta sander, just use it a lot. Sand out round corners, stuff like that. We got a nice Delta table saw here. It's not a expensive one, but it's good enough. My best tool that I use a lot of, this is a Festool sander. Now a Festool sander comes with everything. Let me show you. A Festool sander Comes with its vacuum tube, electric cord, everything. Starts and stops and sands and vacuums all at one time. Excellent tool. Very expensive, but really use it a lot. Assorted paints. This is my paint area. Here's where we keep our epoxy. We keep our epoxy in a little homemade heating element here, just with a light bulb. Always maintains about 70 degrees, which is kind of nice for your epoxy and keep it good. We got over here, here's our expanding clamps. You use a lot of clamps. This is our set of C clamps. We got a beautiful set of C clamps here. This is the this is a speed clamp in that. Once you make a turn, it's done. Excellent. I got 6, 8, 10 of those. We probably got 40, 50 clamps here. Here's some straight edges. Workbench. This workbench is a old wood bench, over 100 years old. This one, it all works great. We use it a lot. And that, a lot of men have earned a living standing on this old workbench. Show you over there my, okay, shut it off once, Dick. Okay, welcome back. What I'd like to talk to you a little bit about today is the frames. The frames, some of them have been made up. And as you notice, on frames, this is going to be the shape of your boat, right here. This is where the hog is going to fit. This is where the center line is, right down here. And these are the marks where the planks are going to lay, right there. 5/8 is each one of those, and there's 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's going to be 7 plank on this boat. When you mark the plank mark here, you also mark it on the top of this piece of masking tape that I got, so that you can see it as you're laying up your plank. Now, there'll be 7 frames to each boat, and they're all different sizes and they're all different things. So we're making the frames at the present time, and we will show you completed frames when all 7 are done. We'll have them ready to go on the strong back. The strong back is the frame that these will all sit on, that we will build the boat on. So this is frame number 4 right here, and we have 7 of them. So we'll continue this a little later. Okay, now what we would like to talk about is this being our print. This is full-size drawings. In other words, like I said before, there's no lofting. We are going to find all the different molds. Mold 7, mold 6, mold 5, and it just goes all the way around to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, on that mold, that means that this line here is the exact mark of where you should build your frame. And the way we'll do that, this is the building frame, top of the building frame. In other words, that's a very important line. This right here is your center line frame mark that's going up here. Because what we will do is we'll mark out a frame, flip it over, and mark out the second frame, so that we end up, when we're done, with a frame that looks like this. Here's where it starts. It starts right here on the bottom corner here, goes right on up around, comes to the center line like we talked about. Very important. Very important on the center line. Moves over here. Now this side will be exactly as this side. Right here are the marks of where the plank lays. So each plank comes and it gets a 5/8 overlap gluing together. You start at the top and you lay on down. And this here is a very important line. This is the center line for the bottom. So now you'll have all 8 of your frames in line. You'll do it with a string, so everything's perfect. This will be the way they set on the strong back that we have made, and it goes every 12 inches. They put a frame, so we'll have that all the way across. Now, how do you get this mark? How do you get this line? This is how you do it. You take your form. You can use all plywood. You can use pieces that fit together. The only thing you have to do is they got to fit together enough so that when you cut this outside edge, it's cut and you use it. Now I'll turn the frame over and you can see what I do on this. You'll take your pattern, and we'll be using number 7 here, which is this line here going right up here. Here's all the marks. This is the mark. Okay, we'll find the corner of a board. Now the boards might be big, and that will go down right to the frame here and the top of the building frame. Then you'll have, maybe your board is out here this far. That's okay. Just make sure enough is there. You'll feel where this goes. Okay, this all goes good. Now you take small pins and you mark it. You mark here. You mark all the little, and you prick into the board. So you have a whole row of pricks and marks that go around like this, each marking the frame line and so you mark this line and you'll mark where all the overlaps come. When that is in, you'll cut this line, you'll cut that board. You might be out here you might have a board that's way out here. That's good. And you can just piece that all together. Then you lay the frame on. Now you make this mark with the pins. Then you follow it around with I always use either a bandsaw blade or thin wood, and you put that in there. You'll let me show once what you do. On the mark of the frame, you pound a little nail, and you pound that nail on that mark. Now you have a whole row of nails. Take a thin piece of wood, put it on the outside edge, mark that, and you got this mark. Then what you do is you take the full-size drawing, you flip it over, and you do the same thing on this side. So now you've got a full-size plan. You've got a full-size, no lofting frame, and it's ready to go. And you will make 8 of those, and they all the way from 1 through 8. And you'll end up with a frame that looks like that. This is frame 7. And as you notice, we just joined the boards together. We joined it here on the joint, and it was way out here at one time. But once we got the mark in there, we took either bandsaw or saber saw and cut that line. Here again is the center. Cut this down, and then we put this is our support board, and this is what lays flat on the thing. So you'll make those up like that. You can use plywood. You have to use something about 3/4 thick because you're going to want to tack into here as you go. When your lap comes over, you want to tack into this board. Pine works very good. Plywood does not work so good because the plywood edge is not strong. We like to use scrap board, scrap 3/4 pine, and make our frame and draw it in there, cut it out. Works great. Next video, we're going to talk about assembling it on the strongback. Welcome back. We're back here in the shop, and we're going to talk about the boat that we're going to make this winter. We will make 2 of them at one time. The boat is going to be an Ian Outrigg design, and it's going to be Auk, which is a 7'10" or 8" tender. The little tender is he's a great designer of small boats. We are not going to use the sail variety of this one here. And this book is also shown in the Wooden Boat magazine. And you can purchase this. This is Plan 87. This portion here tells you a little bit the specifications of it, the size of it, the weight it carries. It's just a nice intro to this plan. It's a plan that is easy to build, nicely built. It's a strong little boat when it's done, got beautiful looks. So this is the little boat we're going to build. It's called an Acorn Tender 710. I want to show you the working drawings on a plan of this thing here. This is what we'll buy. This is a construction plan of this and that of the boat, and you can build at different lengths, but always 7.6, 7.8, 7.10. The specifications of it are shown on this drawing, and it just reads down basically the stem and the hog and the inner stem and the outer stem and the inwale and the planking. It gives you sizes, tells you really in great detail on the construction plans. It goes into construction here again of the little boat, and it shows where the frames are, all in the where they sit and where they position, about 12 inches apart. Let me flip this around once, and I'll let you look at the process of the boat. The boat is built on a strong back, which is this 2x4 construction frame. It then holds the frames, which are here and here and here, and you wrap the frames around with the planking. You have your inner stem, you have your outer stem, and the boat will be built upside down on this frame structure. At one point, when you're done with the planking, you will crack it loose and you will be on your own to finish it and to finish the outside. So this is what we're going to be working on. This is the boat that's going to go. This is the it's a very nice tender. It can be used on power boats, it can be used on sailboats, carries a good load, can take a little motor, a little 3-horse, a little 2.5 horse. It's just a very nice, cute little boat. So that's what we're going to do, and we will see you back on our next episode. Welcome back. I want to introduce you to the first part of the project, and that is building the strong back. The strong back is what holds the boat as you build it. 2x4s on edge, 2x4 legs hooked in here, screw it, drill them, and glue them so they're strong, and you will have a great bench to work with. The frames will all set on here, and it's important that this is nice and level, this is nice and straight. From here, I want to introduce you to how to build a frame. Frames are the most important to your boat. This is the part of the boat that determines if it's going to be nice and round and visible and nice and just the best thing. So the frames are important. So we'll go into that next, and we'll do that in our next video. Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about construction of the transoms. The transom is put on shortly after you get the framing done. You get the hog and you get the inner stem, and I'll tell you how to do that also. But anyway, you'll select boards according to the specifications shown on your plan. Thick boards, good boards. This happens to be cypress. I need 3 boards in order to get up high enough, and I need it about 40 inches long. And what we'll do is we'll glue these boards together. We epoxy them together. We will put all biscuits when the lines are right here to biscuit the boards together. Here's our center line. That line comes up all the time that you're working on. Once this is glued together, and it's a board like this, you'll take then your drawing of your plan. You will lay it in here. It'll show you right here, according to the plan, from this center line to this center line to the bottom. You'll prick it again all the way down, just like that. You'll have a whole row of pricks. Then you will prick this row down. Pretty soon you'll have a row that goes just like that, and each one of them will also show where that lap is on your transom. When that is done and it's glued, then you'll take and you'll put your little thin board in here again so that you can mark this cut it off. You're ready to go. You got your transom, you got it glued together, it's nice and tight. You got all your marks for your planks, and you will do that. In our case, we're going to do that with 2 of them. This is going to be a plank, a transom of cypress, and the next one we build is going to be a transom of sassafras, which is an old-fashioned wood, and we enjoy using it a lot, and it's a good boat wood. So that's your transoms, and your transoms will be installed quite soon. Make sure that the whole boat is together. The next episode we're going to talk about will be the stem, the inner stem and the outer stem. But we'll basically start with how you make an inner stem first. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Okay, one thing I wanted to show you, which I failed to mention to you, which is a very important thing, is that when you fill in between your battens, you've got to use short pieces of wood, because sometimes you got to make, and all the times you have to make different kinks and turns in it, and it's all got to be. So what we'll do is we'll cut a piece here, and we got a piece there, fits in between there. We screw it together. We just screw it together, and now it fits. Now I'll cut another one. I'll cut another one for here, and extend it down to the stem, and I'll just screw it on, and then that board will follow the center of my battens here, and we can. And the next piece that I put will be right in, maybe from here to there, and from there to there, and that's how you make your turns in your case. This doesn't have to be fancy. All it's got to do is be able to hold the middle, stay together, so that you can keep going with your marks, and you can fill it in. You can take, and they keep right on going. Let me show you once what we do on. Let me show you here once on these battens. We put this mark here, down, of course. Now we're going up, up, down, up, and we just continue right on down the line. Now we're going to take this off. We're going to move it to the plywood, and I'll show you how you do it from there. Okay, what we're going to do now is, once we've got our white board in between here, this is our board that we're going to, and then we will mark it. In other words, we're going to mark right down at the bottom. That goes that way. Then we go up from here. We get a mark here, goes up. We go mark here, goes down. Mark here, goes up. So now what we're going to do now is, as we go through the whole board all the way from the bow to the stern, we're going to put on sets of marks like this. And those marks are going to show us where this can go way over here, go over here, and we can take it and we can put a mark here, goes up, put a mark here, goes down. So whenever we can go the whole length. Now I don't have this all the way down, but that's okay. That will show us. Now I'm going to turn it off a minute, and we're going to turn it off, and we're going to now remove this white board. We're going to remove the white board and move it to the plywood, and then I'll show you how you take it off the whiteboard onto the plywood. So we'll do that now. Okay, welcome back now. We're going to get into a little detail work that's going on. We have now got the frames all done, got the bracing all done. We are ready to put on plank. For example, now here's a piece of plank that has already been trimmed and cut and fit, and it fits right in this spot here. Of course, when you got trim planks, you have all kinds of bends, all kinds of twists and turns in them as you go, so you got to figure out how to get that. How do you get a board like this to fit? Well, here's how you do it. This is what is known as spiling. Now, spiling is where you take 2 battens, you go the full length of the boat, and they're on the marks which you got off your thing, right? Like right here. This will be another one and two more in here. So you put your two battens in line. This is going to be a plank now, from this edge to this edge, all the way through here, all the way to the back of the boat. Is going to be a plank. So we got to figure out how to get that plank measurements on the plywood. You put 5/8 battens on here. You fit the middle with a piece of inexpensive plywood. You paint it white. You have it, and that's your. Because what you're going to do is you're going to use just a little thing, which I always use, and this is a reverse mark. In other words, what we're going to do, we're going to go from here. We're going to put a mark. And then it goes down. Then we go under here, we put a mark, and it goes up. The reason why that arrow goes up is that is the way this always points from the bottom, and this now points down. And that we're going to keep on going. We're going to do another one here. Got to have a better pencil on that hole. Cut it off. Okay, we're back here at the work table and we're talking about our plywood. This is 4mm Akumi plywood. It's what we want to use. You can use 4 or 6. We wanted to stay light this time. We want to try it with 4mm, so that's what we bought. This happens to be a scrap piece, and I'll show you a little bit what we do with it pretty soon. So we have now got the inside of our batten. We've got our inside of our batten laying on our sheet of plywood, full length. If you needed to scarf some, make it longer than 8 foot, you got to scarf your joint on, and I'm sure you know how to do that, or you can figure out how to do it. So we'll put that in position. We'll lay it down there. Now what we're going to do is we want to try and get a board exactly as our batten showed us. So the way we do that is, if you notice, when we were working on that, we took the mark off from the batten, and that. So we're taking this mark here, we're taking this mark here. As you notice, I went up on that time. Now I take my board, I go on that mark, and I put it here. This one here means it goes down. I put it there. This one goes up. This one here goes up. This one I'm going at these. Where have I got? Okay, now we've got more right in this area. This one goes down. This one goes up. This one goes down, and I'm going right on that mark. This one goes up. This one here went up. So, as you can see, we are now here, 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 and we go down the whole board like that, getting this set of marks. That will transfer exactly to, then it's called spiling. And all it is reverse marks. You put it on the whiteboard, you put it back on the piece of plywood. Now this can go away. Once this is away, you can got your marks. You got what that you're working with, and they'll go anywhere down. And I'm just showing you now. How do we get the line on the thing? What we'll do there is we'll take nails. We'll take nails. Get my hammer right here. And I'll take nails, and I want to use a waste piece of plywood for this. I don't want to use up my good stuff. So we've got those marks on here, and and I'll just do it by hand now. They were like this, all coming off this board here, reversing it with our little marker, just like that. Now we've got this set of marks. Okay, now we'll take that set of marks, we'll take and put a whole group of nails in there, and we'll follow this mark. And we'll go right on down the line. We'll put those on just like that. Get little smaller nails in that. It works a little nicer. This happens to be a number 6, and we like to use smaller nails than that. So now you're going to have 8, 10 feet of you do as long as you want. You can go 12 foot with these set of marks like this. Now this is your board right here. This is your center board. So now what you do, and I'll get my little batten. Now I'll take a batten, and it might go all the way around 8, 10 foot long. I'll take it, I'll put it right in here, right into my nuts. Now I got to hold it in place, so now I set another set of nails. Like so. Like so. Let me get back to this one a minute. Okay, now this line here is where my marks were. So now we'll trace that on the inside of this board here. All right. So now we followed the lines. We've got the line all the way to the other end. We've got our nails. We pull our nails back out. Pull our nails back out. This line now, and when we do it over on this side, which we'll do in a minute, I'll show you how to do that. That is going to be your board, your plank. That's going to fit in between those perfectly on the, it's going to curve, it's going to bend, it's got to do all that sort of, and it'll cut it. What I do on mine is I use a skill saw. We get a nice carbide, brand new sharp blade, 60 tooth, and you can cut right on that line just perfectly, get a nice bench to lay on, and you can get a perfect cut. And you cut both sides, cut the line away, and you've got your plank. Your plank will be, well, let's walk over here once. Your plank will be just like this. This plank, this board, was spiled right from here to there. Same way, whole length. The next board I'm going to spile is going to be this one that we're working on right here. So, was that board spiled? It's perfect. This line is perfect. It comes right in here. Look at the point, the way it had to go in, and then it will fit right down in here. We'll take the clamp loose. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It'll fit perfect. This will be right in line here. It'll go right there, right on down. This will go on down. This will go right on down, right to the back, and that's how you put a plank. Next time, my plank is going to be this one. I'll lap over 5/8 of an inch, like this. I'll come down to this mark, and this mark. Put my batten there. Do the inside, piece of whiteboard, all my reverse marks. This one is ready to be glued in now. And you go right around, and you do all the plank the same way. If you cut one plank on this side, you can flip it upside down and put it right on this side. So you only cut it once, fit it in there, fits well, does well. Well, welcome back now. I would like to take just a few minutes, just a couple moments here to show you again on the spiling and putting planks on the board on your boat. We've got the insert plank that fits in between the two lines. We have reversed lines here. If you notice this little one right here, now I'm reversing that over to here, and then so I got a mark here. We'll do the same with this. When we got this whole row of marks here and this whole row of marks here, I can remove this and I can start putting my pins. I can start putting my pins on these marks. Well, this is going to be a plank that's going to go on the boat. I'm going to cut 4, so I'm going to make one real good, and I'll continue this line all the way. Then you'll take a marker, and this will be my marker. We will go from plank to plank, from nail to nail, like that. And that will be our line. And we will do the same on this side. And then we have a plank to cut out, pull the nails back out, recut, cut the plank out, fits right on the boat, works well. Well, I want to take a few moments a minute to just talk about spiling some more, because it's an important part of the boat. Here's our insert board. If you notice, it kinks, it turns, and it's put together with screws, and it's a white board. I repaint every time with water-based paint to then that. These are my reverse marks from the last plank. So I'll do that again. I'll just take my little plank board, my marker. I'll go from this line underneath here, hook on the bottom there, put a mark, put my upwards, because that's the way it points, and that's what we'll do. So we'll go and do that. Now let me take this out of there, and as you see, we put this guideline board right on our plank, on our frames. We followed all the marks that were supposed to be here and that, and that's where we're going to do it. Now, once we've got the reverse on there, we put it on our piece of plywood. We bring the piece of plywood back here. Now the plywood has got to be able to glue right in here. It's a 5/8 overlap. So you got to take a clamp. You can make these. You can make that clamp. It's about 12 inches long. This is about 10 inches. This is 1 inch wide. We'll take that clamp. We'll put that through there like that. We'll come right up to the plywood. The plywood is there. Push that wedge in between there, and it'll wedge it right here. And actually what it's going to amount to is we will be actually wedging this piece right there on there, right? The plywood will come to the line, and the wedge will hold it right there. Works great, gives enough pressure. It doesn't squeeze all the epoxy out, and we just go down and we have enough to do 2 boards on each boat at one time. We put 1 board on this board, 1 board on this boat, 1 board on that boat. So that's just another point with spiling, very important part of the boat. So until next time, we'll talk some more about putting the boat together. All you do is just keep putting on plank after plank after plank after plank. I got 2 on, I got 5 to go. Okay, just quickly, we're just going to take a picture of how this is progressing here. The plywood is coming around, coming over the top, coming down the inner stem. And what will have happen here is they'll come all the way, the outer stem will come up over the top of all of this, covering all of this up, going into the keel, and that, so this all gets covered up with another laminated white oak stem, and that. So that's what covers all of this up. And then it continues right on to the transom again. This boat is coming nice. I'd like to take a moment now. We have got the plank marked out. We got the nails and the pins all out. We got the mark on where we're going to do it. We cut all of our plywood with a 60-tooth skill saw here. Plywood blade, very sharp, works excellent. We'll just take it. We'll start right out here. I'll go right on the line. First, we got to plug it in. Okay. I'll now proceed to finish the line on the one side, move this board out of the way, move this up, so I got a nice flat surface to ride on. I'll cut the second board right here. And on this line, and then end up with that. Excellent way of cutting it. Cut the curve, it goes very well. That's what you want to use. Well, as you can see right now, we've put some planks on the boat. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planks on. This is the last plank we put on. Notice how we got our compression clamps on here. This clamp holds it tight to the frame. This clamp, of course, puts the compression on the epoxy, closes it all up. We go as many of those clamps as we need. And we had a scarf at the end of this one. We had to scarf it. We had to put a little lengthy piece on there to get it a little longer because it's working its way over 8 foot because of the beam of the boat. That's ready to go now. We got 3 more plank to put on, and we should be coming along within another few days with that. It's fun putting plank on, spiling them, putting them on. We have another plank on that boat too, and ready to go. Progressing nicely. Okay, I want to just show you a second on how we cut out our planks. We cut them out with our skill saw, set real shallow, and we got a nice brand new blade. So you just watch me and we'll follow this line. Ready to go on. Come on in. My neighbor.
Hey, Gordy.
Come on in.
Kid, you got any wood ducks?
Well, yeah, I do, but you?
Yeah.
What houses?
2 boxes and they're in there.
You got ducks in there?
But I got 4 boxes over there without tops on.
Where are they?
Huh?
Where are those wood duck houses?
Down the hill by me.
How about those ones way out in the woods there?
No, the other way.
Those ones in the woods.
How you doing, Dick?
Just fine, Gordy.
Take a picture of them.
You made the winter all right?
Yeah, everything was good. Looks good to you too.
No, I had a bad winter.
Okay, I gotta do a little trimming yet with my plane on this, so we'll just take that and put it in our wood vise. I gotta take this top down a little bit. That should take care of that part. Now I'm going to move it a little bit over here. I want to do Another spot on this side.
Well, it looks like they're still playing cards.
Yeah, we're playing cards, Gordy. Sit down. That's it. Well, welcome back. We want to just show you the boats that have completed now. We've got all the boards on, all the planks are on both boats, and we're ready to start sanding, cleaning, and finishing them up. And we got to put the keel, we got to put the stems on yet, but anyway, the planks are all on. So we will stop back. You can stop back when we start working on them. I want to take just a moment and show you how we build our stems. This is the inner stem. You get the drawing off your plan. You put the drawing right on a couple pieces of plywood like this. You put your cleats that we have here right up against the line, which is your stem. You'll take 1/8 inch white oak. You'll take 1/8 inch white oak. It wraps around like this. We do 4 at a time in the line of epoxying it. We use 8 in all. Once you make it plenty proud so you can cut it back and fit it in there. But once you get this done, you'll take and you'll bevel it to a 3/4, and you'll have a great oak stem that fits perfect on your boat. And it's just the way it goes. So, next time, another thing I'll talk about.
In the barn, building the boat. When we're not building the boat, we're playing cards. And the cat is watching us play. As always, Mike usually wins.
Yeah.
Ken, he usually loses. We'll see what happens now.
Well, welcome back again. As you see now, we have got all the plank on the boat. We're starting to clean it up. We're starting to fill any little holes like that with epoxy. We're sanding it down, getting it ready to go. We put on the keel now. The outer stem is on. We put the keel together with it overlapping. And the keels go on. Put some grip fast nails in it and epoxied it down, of course. And of course, on top of this is going to go our skeg. Now over here, let's walk over here once and I'll show you what we've done here so far. We have the same keel down, the skeg down, and now we're going to put in the we're going to put the skeg in, and that's going to go down to 3/4, then bevel over and round over right here, and then it's going to continue on down, and let's go and end up with a 6-inch skeg that's going to fit in here. That's going to be screwed down into the keel good and solid, and the outside of the boat will be done at this time. We've had a nice time putting that in. That goes nice. It fits tight. We can put that all together, and that'll just fit right in there just as nice as ever. We make this into a pattern. We'll put it back together again. This will be our pattern, and then we'll put it on a 6-inch piece of mahogany or Doug fir, and we will cut it out. It'll stop right here. It'll bullnose in. It'll be a nice smooth top. So that would be then the finish of the boat on the outside without any more woodworking part to it. So our next step then will be cleaning it up, putting a coat of primer on it, putting a coat of epoxy on it, getting it ready to go, and then we crack it loose and we bring it, tip it upside down. So there we are at that point. From a pile of plywood, we've got a boat. I want to get the last little bit of work we're going to do on the boat right now. Is the hull is finished and the wood is all on. I'm going to now, and I've done my first sanding. We'll take a look at that too. Now I've mixed up my West system epoxy. We're going to put a coat of epoxy, liquid epoxy, on the wood boat just to give it more strength, and to after the epoxy hardens, we'll sand that, and then we'll put another coat of primer on it, which is E2000 primer paint. We'll sand that, but one other thing, before we put the 2000 on, we'll use a filler, and we will do any little repair job or any teeny little nick or so forth like that with ferritin compound. So that's what we're going to do right now. Come on over to the boat and I'll show you how we put it on. Okay, we're going to start out with what is known as roller tipping. You maybe have done that already, and it means that we apply with the roller and we tip it smooth with the brushes. Got to go to West Marine, and you got to buy epoxy rollers that work with epoxy, just like this. This will not come apart. So I'll get some epoxy on here, and we'll start working. We'll just be applying this thin coat on. It gives a lot of strength to the boat, and we'll do each boat all the way, cover each boat up with the epoxy, and works great. Makes a good seal, seals the boat up nice and tight. Really, really is a good filler. Clear. Then we'll take the brush. We'll take out all the little teeny bubbles, just like that. That'll take care of it. We'll keep going. We'll do the whole boat. We'll do both boats. After we get this on, it'll dry, and we then apply the ferritin compound to any little teeny nick, any little thing, all preparing it for when we brush again. It'll dry just clear and nice, very nice.
fill up.
I just remember Darby having the hot hand. He was in the back corner of the boat, and I was just up from him, and I said, God, maybe we could just switch positions once. And Darby goes, I don't think so. He was catching them left and right off the back corner. That was a fun trip.
Move that black coat there. Why don't you hand that to me and I'll hang it up.
Oh, you still got him.
Catch him.
Yeah, well, you're a lucky charm.
Darby, I think we picked up 80-some fish. We took home all the fish.
72.
72.
Yeah, 72. That was the best day of the time we had. Big Clyde. Look at it, Dick. Huh?
The boys eating hamburgers. This is what you call the barn hamburger. McDonald's will be able to serve 12 hamburgers out of that one.
I thought you weren't going to eat the whole thing.
Very good.
How was that, Dickie?
There it is.
Pretty good size, isn't it?
Nice, Dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
he washed his hands.
That's John's second one that he's serving up right now.
Is there on that?
No,
Yeah, here.
And lining up.
These are all what you call a big Dutchman. That's kind of like Tuesday night at what's the name of that place? Tuesday night for $1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they have nice, good margaritas.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh. We just told that story
Where is
last night, John. Where is that?
I went to, last Monday night.
You know, that picture of him, he's got gourd in his mouth and, just, great big mouth.
Oh, 40 was it? That's a big fish. Over 40. You told me to. Over
How many
40.
pounds was that?
17.5 pounds.
I'm surprised it got small.
You know, this pike up here, that's probably maybe 34, 32, you know, and no girth, not no width and thickness like that big musky.
That big around. Jeez.
That's got to be 54.
As you can see, we've taken it off the frames, and the boat now is rolled over, and on a set of brackets that I use, we painted. We got 2 coats of paint on the inside now. We'll do 2 more. We're starting with the gunnels. We're going to use open gunnels, and that on this boat, and we'll put the breast hook up front. We'll just progress with the seats and the thwarts, and we'll just. Nice time to work on the boat, and the breast hook here fits in here, and that fits in there. There's the open gunnel starting there, and we'll progress and be working more on the interior of the boat. So here we go. Well, we want to get back to you a minute, and we've now glued on the inner gunnel, the spacer between the two, and we are now ready to put on the outer gunwale, which would be then making this a open gunnel boat. These are all mahogany, breast hook is in, and we're just progressing along, and we'll just keep showing you how we do it. It's not a big deal right now. Joints are nice. Well, this will all get sanded nice. It'll all get refinished nice, and work out great. This is a fun time in the boat. You're doing your nice little mahogany work, and works good. Next time, we'll show you the outer gunnel. Yeah, we got a coat of paint on the boat. We're using white epoxy. And I just got a little cleanup here, and we got a little patching to do before we give the final coat. So it works pretty nice. It makes a real nice hard finish. Nice working on it right now. doing all the little stuff. Okay, we're back here at the barn and working on the boats. As you can see, it's progressing. We got the gunnels on, inside one, the outside one, and now we have put the stringers in the floor. These are cypress stringers. We've epoxied them in every 12 inches, and we're getting ready to then put floorboards on. First of all, we'll clean all of this up, and then this all gets repainted, ready to go, so that when the floorboards go on, it's all covered and it's all done. So that'll be our next process, and we'll just go follow this ridge. We'll have 6 of them on here, and it'll be the floor. So that'll be the next process we get.
Okay. Yep, you're ready to go.
Well, here we are. It's been a long few months, and the boat is complete. The little dinghy is complete right now, and we've just done the varnishing on it. We've got the gunnels all in it, got the seats put in. This is a fun part of the boat to do, and it just has been a good little trip. So this is it. You can get a hold of us. It's going to go on the YouTube program, and if we're going to let it build. So thanks for watching and having a good time with it. We enjoyed it always.